So after our last camping trip, while we were cleaning the trailer, we got to talking about how our kitchen side unit is functioning for us or not functioning for us. And we ended up one afternoon doing a thing. So what we did is we've actually just removed the door over here to give us easier access, and we've actually just in one afternoon stripped out the whole kitchen. So we've removed the shelves from the top, we've removed the dividing panel, we've taken out the whole electrical system. We've still got to clean up over there. And the idea is that we're actually wanting to install a bigger lithium battery into the compartment at the bottom there. And we're also wanting to, well, Craig's creating more of a modular electrical system that he thinks will work a bit better for us and be a bit more compact. And for me, I'm also looking for more drawers in the actual kitchen area to make it more convenient to use and to access. So fortunately, there are a lot of holes pre-drilled in the Metalian kitchen area, so we're going to try and line up with those, and we'll show you what we decide to do and how it ends up. So this is just an introduction to this kitchen makeover project. Before we get to the new kitchen design, let's take a quick look back at what was here before. We had already done a custom drawer, which had its benefits, and this is why we knew more drawers would work for us. The difficulty of accessing items on the shelves is what we wanted to fix, and also the access to the lower areas of the trailer. The electrical board also took up a lot of space and needed to be streamlined, as well as adding a larger capacity battery to the setup.
The first step in our redo of our kitchen, of our Genie, is to work on the design. Now, what we decided to do was have a central T-slot frame. It's not bolted at the bottom yet, or tightened at the bottom yet. And this T-slot frame, everything will bolt onto this, and then basically grow off this. Also in our design, what we've done is we're picking up the existing holes in the trailer that are already there. So you'll notice the support bracket that we've got. We pick up on the holes at the back here as well for the T-slot system. And then also for anything else we're mounting, we'll pick up all the other holes.
So in this video, we also just wanted to go through the process that we go through when designing a specific bespoke DIY project for ourselves. And once we've understood what the issue and the problem is that we're trying to solve, we then start to sketch and conceptualize what exactly we are looking for. Always starting at a point where we look at what our current limitations are, and then how can we develop it and get an idea of forming the different brackets and elements that we need to get the design to come out clearly.
Once we have the idea, we turn to CAD to 3D model it and bring it to life. We were able to start by modeling the existing box of the trailer with all the available mounting holes. We then start to model our design in 3D. This is where the sketches come to life. Within this process, we can check that we are lining up with the existing holes, that items are not clashing, and that the whole idea is working before going into the expense of making the parts. We can view our design from any angle, helping us visualize how it all fits together and identify any potential issues early in the process. Once the design is complete, the 3D model can be turned into flat patterns for laser cutting and bending, and the real physical build can begin.
Within the preparation process, especially when working with aluminium, we need to prepare the parts before going to powder coating. This involves deburring the sharp edges and holes, smoothing edges, and then removing the protective sheet from the sheeting. Any additional drilling gets done at this stage too. Whilst we are test fitting the parts, we want to be 100% sure the fit is good before going through the final powder coating process. So at the stage now where we just test fitting for clearance before we go to powder coating, and one of the key things was to be able to install the electrical system at the back, and then we've put some little utility drawers in front, but we actually wanted to make sure that there's good clearance. And if we go to the back as well, that we're getting clearance over here as well, that nothing would be chafing or interfering, especially when we're going on gravel roads. So that seems to work well, and there is access as we need it to be. So I thought I'd just take you along to the powder coaters to go and drop off this project to get it coated. And I think it's important just to note that doing DIY projects like this can't be done nowadays without a good quality workmanship from the laser cutters and benders, and of course the powder coaters as well. They really make your life easier as a DIYer and to get the product done to a really professional level, and we're very grateful to have these suppliers where we are. All the components have come back now from the powder coaters, and we've started to fit the carcasses or the boxes that are going to house the different drawers in, so they are all being fitted into place correctly. We've got the electrical panel all mounted up over there, and then we've also got the new battery tray mounted in at the bottom there, ready to take the battery. So as we're going through now, we're just systematically sorting out the connections and making sure everything is nice and tight in the trailer. We'll come back and show you once we're done, and then explain to you the solution that we've created. So this is the end product and the solution that we've come up with for ourselves, and the first priority was to get more drawer area and drawer space in. So we've created these nice big lock in, lock out drawers at the top here, which can be used for utensils and groceries and things like that, items that you want to access quite often while you're camping. We've also been able to incorporate these two small drawers, which are going to be handy for, we think, for coffee and tea, cups, and then a nice little utensil drawer over here. We've tried to incorporate a bit of the kind of orange aesthetic going through, which links back to our branding and logo, so that's where that comes from. Then the second thing we wanted to create was a better platform in this area over here. So normally this is actually open to underneath. We've got some magnets that holds that flap up, so we can access items under here quite easily, and this would be the areas where we would keep sort of groceries that we wouldn't want to access necessarily every day. And by creating this platform here, we can put utensils or pots and pans and kettles and that we want to access on a daily basis, and then when we need to, we can easily get in underneath here to sort of groceries and that which we want to get to every other day. Then the third aspect we wanted to improve in this kitchen area was the whole electrical system, and Craig's going to take you through that now.
So you'll notice that for us to get into the maintenance side of the electrical drawer, we need to remove the little drawers. Now, that's not really a problem because we are only going to access that cutoff switch, and we can access it from the side and still from underneath if we need to. So here we have our main solar control panel with the EcoFlow 100 amp hour lithium polymer battery. We also have the cutoff switch, the main fuse or trip switch, the MPPT controller, and the smart shunt from Victron. As you can see in the bottom, we also now have 3 Anderson plugs, with the first one being the charger from mains, the second one being the solar input, and the third one being the output, and a solar fuse as well. These then lead through to our control box, where we've got some 12 volt cigarette lighter sockets, including USB-C ports, USB-A ports, and an on-off switch as well. Then we've got the fuse panel to the side, and the fuse panel is purely for the lights and also our tent power and the external power for running fridges and lights and things externally. That all ties into that over there. And then I've got over here in the corner, I've got the switch for the pump. And I'm running that off a little relay circuit on the inside of this panel. So that's how we separated everything out, just to make everything a little bit neater. And as I mentioned in the beginning, we only need to access the isolator switch, and that's very easy to access from the front or from the side from the Malay panel. We are really looking forward to trying this out on our next camp. If you like our video and enjoy our content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It's free.